Hey Vanguards, I just wanted to create a short video to walk you through the micro-credential submission process and to show you one slight change that we're making this year. The location of our micro-credential submission form has not changed. It is on the Vanguard website, right here on the tab where micro-credentials, and when I hover over that, uh, and you click on micro-credential submission form, that's going to take you right to the Google form where you can fill out your submission. Uh, you're going to type in your employee ID number and your school from the list, and include your grade if you're in elementary, or your content that you teach uh, if you're secondary or an applied elementary level. You're going to choose your competency. So which one am I applying for? So I'm going to choose mindset. And then your Vanguard level. So if you're in cohort 1, you would be a Vanguard leader this year. In cohort 2, this year you are a Vanguard teacher. And then this is what's new. We've included this area that says link to submission doc. And so instead of filling out all of the questions right here, we've moved all of that into a Google Doc, which I'll show you in a second. And you're going to copy and paste that link right here into this document. So the submission form is pretty straightforward, easy to use, and we're going to have you paste that link right in here and submit. So let's go find that submission doc. If we go back to the Vanguard website, again, under micro-credentials, this second tab where it says micro-credentialing framework and resources. It's going to take you to this page where you're going to see information about what are micro-credentials, things about our FCPS micro-credentials. And then if you scroll down, there's this new section right here that says micro-credential submission form and the submission docs, using the appropriate submission doc for each of your micro-credential submissions. So I selected Vanguard Teacher, and I was applying for Mindset. So I'm going to click on that Google Doc, Mindset, and it's going to open up that Google Doc for me. And you're going to want to make a copy of this so that you can type directly into your own copy. But let me show you what you see here. For Vanguard Teacher Mindset, you're going to see our definition of kind of what that is and what we are hoping to see from Vanguard Teacher Mindset. You'll see a link to an overview with examples. Again, it doesn't have to be something that we list. We love whatever you come up with. But certainly we wanted to provide some examples, and so you can go to that link and see that there. You'll notice that we've copy and pasted from the rubric directly in for this particular item. So you'll see for Vanguard Teacher Mindset, you'll definitely want to notice our look fors, and then you're reading through the rubric, and you're going to want to score in that 3 or 4 range to earn the micro-credential for this particular competency. And then down here at the bottom is really where you're going to see the change from last year. For those of you who are in cohort 1, you'll notice that it's the same guidelines, it's the same questions. We just put it in this chart format. You're still going to type right into here. In this box, type in the description and evidence of your growth in that area. You know that you need to have 2 artifacts for Vanguard Mindset, so you can copy and paste the digital links directly into these boxes. Again, making sure that each of those artifacts, those digital links, are accessible in terms of the sharing settings. Make sure that if it's a Google Doc or Google Slides or something like that, that anyone within FCPS can view. And then on the reflection, probably the most important section is to type your reflection. What's in those artifacts? How did it help you to grow in that particular competency? In this case, it's blended learning mindset. and the impact that that's having on your students and student achievement. So um, it's the same questions that we've had in the past, but we put it in this chart format. I think it's going to make it a lot easier for you to complete and fill out. It will also make it easier on our review committee when they're reading hundreds of these to kind of get it into this chart. It also gives you that rubric and those examples and definition kind of all in one place. So that should be easier for you. So when you're done with that Google Doc, you're going to go up to sharing settings. Again, making sure that anyone with FCPS can view, which I already have. So I'm just going to copy that link. And then when I go back into my submission form, that link is what's going to go right here in the link to submission doc part. Then I hit submit, and it's going to thank me for my submission. This way I know that it went through correctly, and I want to make sure that that you realize what it says there as well about the review committee. We typically review submissions starting the last day of the term. So we review them quarterly, basically around the time of the end of first term and then the end of second term. And so you should hear within typically within about 2 weeks of the end of first term. So you can submit micro-credentials at any time during the year. Just don't expect a response, right away. Again, we meet as a review committee and go through these quarterly. And so just wanted to point that out, and you'll receive notification either way saying that either you've earned the micro-credential submission or here's some feedback on what you could do to improve and resubmit for your micro-credentials. So I wanted to point out this new component of the submission docs. You're going to want to make sure you get the right one and use that chart format to help you organize your thoughts and submit everything for the micro-credentials. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.